As a child, you would wait and watch from far away. You always knew that you'd be the one that
人類の
would quiet their
勝利のためだ。
Mashokan, Venom Joker here. I need to come up with a new intro for when I start these what ifs, apart from the intro that dumb shit. Yeah, so back with part 6 for what if Deku was Killer Croc. Now we'll start off with the internship arc with Bakugo going to Gran Torino. Yeah, Bakugo going to Gran Torino. Wait, what the I need to start coming up with scripts, or otherwise I'm just gonna do dumb shit like this. Izuku will internship with School at Midnight. Yeah, he's gonna internship with Midnight. Yes, so Midnight Midnight takes Izuku to an abandoned warehouse that needs to be... Damn, I find that. Sorry for that noise, I'm just playing with something while recording this and I really shouldn't be. Yeah. Midnight takes Izuku to an abandoned warehouse that has just tons of chemical waste that needs sorting. Well, not sorting. We move from the premises. As well, Izuku said, well, that's easy. As Midnight says, you have to take it to the waste disposal center without a truck. As Izuku just looks at her, saying, you're crazy. As Midnight says, no, your quirk will be able to protect you, probably, in case it spills. Chop chop, get to work. As Izuku looks into the warehouse, and there's just like several hundred... No, there's like 500 barrels of waste there. As Izuku starts doing it, as well, Midnight's just supervising him, making sure nothing spills. While carrying the, I'm gonna say the last few barrels, someone crashes into Izuku, knocking him over and sends the waste disposal flying. The waste barrels land, and I'm gonna say like on the grass a few feet away from Izuku, and they just cracked open. Izuku looked at the spilling waste and said, God damn it, who crashed into me? As he looks and he sees, well, Todoroki. As well, he said, Todoroki, you okay? As Todoroki says, yeah, I'm fine, Midoriya. As then Deku looked in the direction of where Todoroki came from. He can see multiple heroes fighting off Nomus. Which is when, well, the Nomu that hit Todoroki into Izuku charges at them. Deku starts fighting with the Nomu. As Todoroki says, Ida's gone after Stain, I'm gonna go find him. Keep that thing busy. As he just runs off. Deku being annoyed by this, but allows Todoroki to go find Ida. As well, his battle with the Nomu commenced. As Midnight engaged with a Nomu of her own trying to get to Deku. As well, this is when the Nomu chucks Deku into a building that was evacuated. And it's literally several stories high. It's basically an office building. As well, Deku creates a big dent when he crashes into the building. The Nomu tries to punch him through the building. Deku dodges and tackles the Nomu into the office building, hitting a very vital beam on the way, and collapses the entire building on both of them. While the heroes dealt off with their Nomu, saw the collapsing building. As well, they all try to get the rubble off. They dig deep and manage to find the Nomu impaled by several rods. As Endeavor finished it off. As well, Midnight is concerned that the person she was training died. As this is when the rubble just moves from next to Midnight and Izuku rises up. And Midnight is happy to see Izuku because this means Aizawa won't kill her. Well, Nezu won't. Not Aizawa. Aizawa doesn't give a damn. As well, this is when Midnight hugs Deku because, well, she, doesn't love Deku. She likes him as a student. Yeah, don't worry, it's not gonna be... Midnight isn't gonna be a controversy thing with this. Just don't worry about it. As... yeah. The heroes notice, 4 words. Notice 8 words. Sorry, I forgot what I was doing here for a sec. 8 words. 4 in each of his arms. And he just looks down and just starts whipping them out one by one. As well, this is when Midnight stops the bleeding and said, "You shouldn't have put out the rods. You could have at least waited till we got into recovery, girl." Deku simply responded with, "Come on, Midnight. I just couldn't help it." As well, Midnight takes Izuku to recovery, girl. Of course, Sue hears about this and runs to check if he's okay. He's fine, and she's relieved as hell. this is when we get to the... This is when we head back to the Class 1A. When Isaiah announces that they're going to go to a summer camp. As all of them is happy, as Denny just says, you'll be taking this semester's final exam. It's a writing test and a practical test. And if you fail, you won't be going to the training camp. Which is then everyone just starts just getting worried. As well, on top of everything, as well, Isaiah leaves, as he gave him a few weeks off to train. As people are talking about training with each other, this is when Izuku said, "Look, it's better off if we train as a whole class. My best bet is that the pairings are going to be random." As Bakugo says, he has a point. It's a better chance the pairings are going to be random than anything. As all they head to one of the non-destroyed crap and non-destroyed fake cities and train. As they practice combo moves with each other. As they noticed that when they were doing fights of twos with random pairings, they noticed that every time Izuku and Bakugo were paired together, they were unbeatable. Then when we get to the exam, they all pass the written exam. As this is when we reach the practical exam. Now, the pairings are all canon in the original. Now, Bakugo and Deku go last, same as normal. As well, Izuku already knows who they're going up against, because all the other heroes have faced the other ones. Which is then All Might jumps down, and Izuku said in his head, "I knew it." As All Might says, "Alright, young Bakugo and young Midoriya, try your best. It's the only way you're gonna beat me." As Bakugo says, "Don't be so cocky, All Might. We are stronger than you." As All Might just says, "Love the confidence, young Bakugo, but I'm not cocky. It's just straight facts that you need to go all out at the beginning to beat me." As Nezu says, All Might's going to be wearing very heavy metal bracelets on both of his arms and legs as a sort of handicap to make it fair. Bakugo says, we don't need All Might to have a handicap to beat him," growls Bakugo. As Deku just says, All Might having a handicap is our best chance to actually beat him, Bakugo. All Might just walks into the city and says, "Well pointed out, young Midoriya. I'll meet you guys inside." As well, when they were kids, they've come up with multiple battle plans to beat, well, every hero. As well, this is when they see All Might in the distance. And they think of what plan to go for. Then Bakugo says, "Hey Izuku, why don't we go with Plan Echo?" As Izuku just smiled and said, I like your idea. As this is when All Might appears suddenly in front of him and punches Izuku back. As 1A questions why he would attack Izuku first when Bakugo clearly has the better quirk. As the heroes are saying that with 1A, as Nezu just says, well, yes, Bakugo does have the better quirk, but Izuku with his quirk can go toe-to-toe with All Might. As everyone in 1A is just shocked that Deku is strong enough to go toe-to-toe with All Might, even though he just has a basic strength enhancement quirk when he takes damage. Or whatever happens now when they know he can evolve just anytime he wants, but what causes the evolution is what they're still thinking. As well, Bakugo waiting for Izuku to get back so they can initiate Plan Echo. As before All Might could punch Bakugo, Izuku comes in and tackles All Might. As Izuku just said, "Now Bakugo!" All Might being on the ground, Izuku quickly moved off him. And this is when Bakugo yelled out, "Explosion barrage!" As in he lets out tons of small explosions that by themselves couldn't do much, but in that attack could do a lot of damage. As when the smoke clears, a bit of All Might's hero suit is just gone. This is when All Might quickly blitzed past Bakugo and knocked Izuku into a building. Which is when Momo says, "I get it now. He's trying to keep it a one-on-one fight because if Bakugo and Deku tag team All Might, he knows he's gonna lose." As Nezu says, "Well, of course. With Izuku's strength that can match All Might and Bakugo's quickness, they could easily outpower All Might." Which is then Bakugo lets off a decoy explosion that just did like no damage but blinded All Might with smoke in his face. This is when Izuku comes up and just whacks All Might. Now, straight into a building as Deku says, All Might's not going to be down on, let's move. As they start running towards the exit. As Aizawa says, "Smart kids." As Midnight says, "Of course. They know they can outpower All Might, but the objective is to just get to the exit." As All Might comes up again, but this time whacks Bakugo into a building. As the pursuing power battle between Deku and All Might began. As they're pretty much equal. As something weird happens. All Might suddenly gets knocked back. As everyone's confused by this, but someone in Class 1A notices at last second black energy that looked like a whip go back into Izuku's hand. But they don't say anything. As this is when Izuku sees Bakugo dazed and sees All Might coming back, as he quickly goes to Bakugo, grabs him and just flings him towards the exit. But right when he chucked Bakugo, All Might hit him in the face, as All Might didn't notice that Izuku was going to throw Bakugo, and Bakugo, now screaming in the air, leaves through the exit, and Nezu says, Team Midoriya and Bakugo wins. All Might then looks at the exit gate, sees Bakugo there, then knows what Izuku was, then quickly it clicked. Izuku was chucking Bakugo, not using Bakugo as a weapon against him. As All Might smiled, said, quick thinking. I like that. As All Might leant down his hand, and to help Izuku up as well, Izuku took it. As All Might says, me and you both need to go see Recover Girl, just in case we have some internal injuries. As Izuku says, yeah, let's go. As they head to, well, Recover Girl. All Might has like no damage, but he needs to get his hero suit fixed, and Izuku has a hairline fracture on his jaw thanks to the punch from All Might, but other than that, he's fine. As well, they get on the bus to the training camp, and then as well, then they get off near a cliff, as everyone was confused by this, as this is when they're chucked off the edge. And so they all land hard. Izuku literally landing on a tree and splitting it, as they just see a split tree directly in front of him, and Deku just laying there. As he gets up saying, that hurt. As Bakugo says, well, landing on a tree and splitting it would hurt. As then Izuku said, it would have killed you, Bakugo. As Aizawa simply says, you need to find your way to the training camp from here. You have 3 hours where we're eating dinner and packing away in 2. Be there or miss out on dinner. As well, they start heading to the training camp. I'm going to leave it off here because why not? So, will 1A find their way to the training camp? Find out next time on What If Deku Was Killer Croc.